Great ride isn't, y'all.
I'm walking, y'all.
Great ride isn't.
Trying to
Come
see
on,
your feet
come
and
on, walk. Or
yeah, I said
get your
I'm walking, y'all.
mats.
Trying to see it.
If you're gonna do some stretches, line up. If you're walking wall to
If I stop
wall,
walking, y'all, that game's gonna trip me
stand up
up.
if you're walking in place.
Yeah,
Get a chair if you're doing chair
come on.
exercises.
And save your feet and
I said the weights, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I said come walk with
Jump
me.
on your bike
Save
or
your
start
feet
your
and
treadmills. Boy, I put these cameras tight.
cause
Ha
if I stop
ha
walking,
ha.
they cut me up.
Yeah.
Just the nose. Yeah,
Hey
come walk
y'all.
with me.
Thanks for coming on the walk at 7 p.m. But this is gonna be this is gonna be how it's gonna be. 7 p.m. until March. I like it. 3 years. We're marching into our fourth year. 3 years, 7 o'clock. The only time I ever switched the time was if I had someplace to go in the morning, I had something to do in the morning. But I said, I'm not making up no more days. Them 4 days, 45 minutes. We got some coming up, but we're going to catch them in the summertime. Thanks for coming on the walk. My name is Vicki. And this is Virtual Walk with Vicki. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise. Tell them it's important. How can you work on a job or do something for so many years walking, and then you retire and you're like, oh, I ain't walking no more? Well, I guess that's why y'all sitting in the doctor's offices. Yes. Ooh, I like the evenings. Yes. I don't feel so rushed. I don't feel so rushed. I feel like chilly most. Yeah, y'all. Just till March. Yes. Change, honey, before change changes you. This is a small change, but it is a change. Every day, change. Morning is change because it was night. Sunny days, it's a change, especially if it was raining. But y'all don't think you gotta change? So simple. So simple. Something as simple as going from exercise in the morning to doing it in the evening. Yeah, y'all. I think I'm really liking it. Well, it's just my what? Third day in the evening? But I think I got it down to like a science. Yes. Whew. I guess we got to talk about the topic. Good credit don't mean you're rich. I listen to true crime because for me, it's taking facts, evidence, it's lining up and putting everything together because it'll make sense. Hold on again, y'all. I'm trying not to make a video of me going viral on this thing. I ain't getting off no more. It is what it is. So, when they focus on the rich people, I mean, I've seen them. And they have the cars and they have the money And of course, y'all know that's all the trappings of I ain't got no African in me. So, they got everything. I gotta stretch y'all. Okay. And then they kill their husband or kill their wife. All of a sudden, you find out they ain't really had no money, they had credit. The house is mortgaged. The car was leased. Now, I'm only sharing that well, when I walk, I talk about things that's like revelations for me in my life. 66 years. And I'm finna get up out of here. DNR, honey, DNR. Whew, child. So, they didn't give us credit. When I was in my 20s, I was working steady, visiting nurse service, New York. And I applied for the credit card. The lowest interest rate I could get was 10%. When I asked, why 10%? They said it was according to where I live. I was in Bed-Stuy. That's how where I was zoned. Oh, I tried to get business first, but no. European Africans on this penal colony was not happening. That was the area where they could say, we ain't got no African in us. So, also, the fact that though I had already been on my job over a year, it mattered not. I didn't make enough money. But I was like, if I didn't make enough money and you give me the credit, and never I don't know how credit works. I would spend my whole time like a junkie chasing the high. But I'll never be able. That first 100 that they gave me, I will pay that back 1,000 times. Anyway. They didn't give us credit. So finally, I got really sick of spending so little, but constantly getting these statements. And then because I used the card, or I had the card, or the card was in whoever's name, I was getting charges on my credit card from the credit card company. So finally I got rid of that. Then I wrote one check that bounced. Closed the checking account and cut up all the checks. I said, no, you can't afford. You can't afford a charge card and you can't afford a bank account. Because you can't afford to go to jail, honey. That was a major one. So, I didn't try for credit for a long time. It wasn't until I moved to Greenwich, Connecticut. The wealthy, one of the two wealthiest, among the wealthiest town, and I applied for credit. And I got it. I got a 6% interest rate. And I noticed my girlfriend and my co-workers and everybody said, "That what is your interest rate?" They said, "Oh, Vicki." So, of course, they were European Africans. So they got like, it was like 2-3%. Not me, honey. I was just happy it wasn't 10. So they told me not to worry, that I have to refinance the card. My co-workers in Greenwich. They said, refinance the card. They'll give it to you at a lower interest rate. So I said, okay. I didn't decide to refinance the card till I moved to Mount Vernon. I was up to 15% interest rate. I called them, asked them, what is it? Well, that, the neighborhood you're living in, I worked at the Mount Vernon Hospital. No. Yeah. Mount Vernon Hospital. Where you working? And I took all that into consideration. And then the charges started coming from the credit card again. It didn't do that when I had a Greenwich address. Didn't do that. I'm not talking about buying stuff. I'm talking about service of this, service of that, blah, 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 blah. The girls on the job, they said, just get another credit card. I didn't feel like chasing the dragon. Now, along about that time, credit rating started. And I remember talking to my father. I said, Daddy, I said, we ain't gonna get really no credit now. He said, not a drop. He said, they gonna make sure that, he said black people, they gonna make sure that black people always have a low rating so they can pay higher interest rates. Stop thinking these people like you, African Americans. Stop it. They ain't got no love for you. They really don't. If they can make a dime off you, good. Well, than that, no. Chasing the dragon. Is that why it's so easy to get caught up on drugs and stuff like that? Because you're always chasing the dragon. Charge card. Chasing the dragon. Mortgage. Chasing the dragon. Always chasing after, but very few catch you. It's set up like that. Y'all still take y'all down there to them ghouls that tell you they can heal you? What purpose would it serve them to heal you? You ever ask yourself that? I did. I was way younger than this. I was like, they don't even like you. They don't want you in the neighborhood. They don't want you using the same stores they use. They don't want you eating the food that they eat. When I say that, I'm talking to the European Africans. They don't want you eating the food that they eat. They don't want you in the neighborhood with them. But then they turn to you and say, I can heal you. Bullshit. Oh no, they don't say heal you. They say, we can treat you. You think they talking to you, right? They talking about the disease in you. They gonna treat it real good to eat you up. When you can depend on your body. Tell your body to heal itself. Okay? Tell your body to heal itself. Tell your body heal itself. Them European Africans, honey. Y'all better stop listening to them. interest at heart or at mine. I had good credit. I moved to Mount Vernon and tried to get that interest rate lower thing that they said, but because I was living on the south side of Mount Vernon, they knew where I was. Why do you think when you live on the south side or in a black neighborhood, your car insurance is so high? Stop it. They don't like you because they spend all their time saying they ain't you. Ain't no African in me. African in me and African in you too. Oh, it's time for us to take our break. I kinda like walking in the evening. Hey y'all, thanks for coming on the walk. Oh, let's take a break. We'll get back to our talk. Yeah, y'all. Who is this? Set me some fire. Thank you, Wadad Casa. My Casa, Su Casa. Thanks for coming on the walk. Thanks for saying fire. Well, he didn't say fire. He gave me 3 flames.
Cause if I stop walking down, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me and save.
Yeah, y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, but we're gonna get back to the credit. So they use that word, the disparity. Y'all keep listening to these European Africans if you want to. The disparity. They're the ones that disparitize it. When I was working at the Mount Vernon Hospital, there's a Jamaican lady there, Annette, I ain't use her last name, and she was a black African from Jamaica, and her supervisor was a Italian African. Her family was real big in New Rochelle. They made sure no black Africans got in their community. Because you see, they ain't got no African in them. So, they was big in New Rochelle. And at that time, you couldn't get places. They had that little section zone for you so you know your insurance would be higher. You know your car insurance higher, health insurance higher, credit card interest rate higher. So, when I first started working, it was something with cancer. And Annette had her little bow on. She joined the club. And y'all know how I feel about that. I told my daughter, no, don't put a ribbon on you saying hair cancer. We don't entertain it. We don't entertain that. Our body fights that off. We don't put it in our whole, anyway, let me go. So, and that says, oh, I had my breast partially removed. I said, oh, and she said, and the Italian African woman, she had one of her breasts totally removed. And we go to the meetings together. We do all the walks together. You know, sometimes we hang out together. Now I'm thinking to myself here now, I'm saying, that sounds like a damn club. And you're so happy. So, I'm there over a year, and Annette starts getting sick. That's a Jamaican black African. She starts getting sick. But not the Italian. Get back in. That's it. It regulates. I ain't mad at them. I'm just glad I understand it. So, Annette doctor tells her that her cancer has returned. But not in the breast area. It hit a major organ. So Annette comes upstairs and she's crying, she's inconsolable. And she goes to her supervisor, the Italian African lady. They used to call her the mayor of New Rochelle. And she says, the cancer returned, but it hit my organ, liver something. So the Italian African says, how can that be? I had the same surgery and my whole breast removed. But she said, at South Shore Medical Center in New Rochelle, where they used to didn't let African Americans in. And that had her surgery at Mount Vernon Hospital. Hood. In the hood. Where no good doctors would want to come to work. So I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, oh man, this medical disparity shit is for real. Whoo! They ain't never did lie. So then, the Italian African says, tell Annette, go get all your medication. I want to see all your medication. I want to see what you're taking. Or what you took. So Annette brings the medication in. And the Italian looks at it, the woman looks at it and says, where's your blah, 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 blah? And Annette says, blah, 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 blah. I ain't never had that. No doctor ever prescribed that or gave me that. Now remember, the Italian African is in New Rochelle, where the Italian Africans kept African Americans out. And they had all of their doctors and they was in the, she looked like their grandmother. So of course they wanted her to stay alive. Annette was over in the hospital where they used to say, if you ever want to commit suicide, jump off the roof of the Mount Vernon Hospital. Because even if you don't die, they'll never be able to save you. Whew. So that's where Annette was. So the Italian woman says, Annette, you don't have that medication. That medication is important. It's supposed to protect your organs as you're going through radiation and stuff. So Annette said, no. So the Italian African said, when you had the breast milk the first time, did you have it then? And I said, no. They never said anything about a medicine to protect my organs while I'm doing chemotherapy. show you. So now we understand what happened, why Annette's dying, and the Italian lady lived almost 10, 15 years past Annette. Oh, so now Annette has to go back for radiation. The Italian African woman had Annette tell the doctor to prescribe her the thing, and the doctor was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I didn't prescribe it for you." Well, you know why she wasn't at a good hospital. So, and then has to go for chemotherapy. And her supervisor, the Italian African, is pissed. Annette wanted to go off work get off work early so she can go to chemo and then go home. Italian African lady said no. So we had to get together and literally let the mayor of New Rochelle know she finna get stomped out if she don't stop her bullshit. So then she allowed Annette to get off work early, but that meant Annette had to go to lunch early. And she said Annette could go to lunch at like 11 or something like that, but there's no lunch. The restaurants are all changing over. So Annette started bringing her lunch. Fresh salad. She's from Jamaica. You know, she knew how to hook it up. And ginger, the whole 9 yards. And every place was closed at 11 o'clock when it was time for Annette to go to lunch. Even the cafeteria in the hospital was closed. They were switching on from breakfast to dinner. So Annette found a little corner in the back of the room to eat her lunch. You know that Italian African flipped. I don't care what you do. You're at lunch. You get out of here. Ain't no special. Now this is the woman with one breast. That's the club Annette wanted to be in. Remember, she was so happy. Oh, we go out. We have friends. We hang out. We talk cancer stuff. She kicked Annette out. So Annette used to have to walk the streets because you just can't lot around in the hospital. So Annette used to have to go walk the streets. Then when she came back and she was hungry because she didn't eat her lunch, because she was walking the streets, that Italian African lit into her if she saw her chewing or eating at the desk. So she had to hide her food. Listen when I tell you, they don't like it. Them Europeans, Africans is trying to say, hey, we ain't got no African in us. And as long as they saying that, they going to stomp on you because that's how they prove it. We were shocked when she said, get in there, give me your medicine and let me see what you was taking. We was like, ooh. Well, anyway. Finally, I had looked at enough. I couldn't take it. I went straight to the director. I was like, you know what? For a hospital, you don't understand when people get sick? When your employees get sick? This woman is dying. I don't know why she came in there because I'd have been out there on the first thing smoking. Honey, I'd have ran out that hospital like my ass was on fire. Not a co-worker would ever see me again. But Annette wanted to work. And then also was upset because her family all went into Europe. They went to Britain. And she didn't go. And then after all the riots, I don't know, something Hill, whatever. Well, the Jamaicans was pissed because basically their ancestors were rulers of Britain. So when the European Africans really act up, the fucking Jamaicans was like, bring it. And they said, oh, no, 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 no. Gathered them all up and shipped them out. And then they put a block. So Annette hadn't seen her family because they went to Britain and she came to this penal colony. And she hadn't seen them for such a long time. And every time she tried to, because she had a Jamaican passport, she couldn't get in to Britain. She couldn't get in. So that kind of hurt her. So, okay, I went into the director and I said, you know, how can a hospital not understand people being sick? Why can't Annette sit in the back and eat her food? This is what you... Also, with my supervisor, trust me, when I left there, they was more than ready. I couldn't put my cup down for fear they pissing it. And then, the day they made me flip. Annette went in the hospital. And that Italian, African woman was sitting there acting so upset. And then when she died, and everyone who said, you can't eat in the building, you can't stay in the building, you can't do this in the building, until I flipped on their ass and they knew I was a columnist. And Annette was allowed to stay. So when they said, I was like, stop your acting. Stop your playing. You never gave a damn about the woman. You never cared. You never cared. You didn't even want her to eat. The woman was sick and dying. And you didn't have the decency to say, listen, let's cut employment ties. Here's your disability. Take your ass home. You wouldn't do that. You was going to milk her, milk her, milk her, milk her for everything you can get. So I'm saying that to say, y'all, stop thinking these European Africans, like you African Americans, they can't. It's not in their DNA. That would it will reveal the African in them. And they're not going to do that. Not saying all. Remember Black Lives Matter? And they said, oh, all the white people, no, those were European Africans. They were standing with you. Those were European Africans. They were standing with you. Guess the ones that was picking you up in the van, what is that? Homeland Security picking you up in the van. Those were the mean, angry European Africans whose main mission is, ain't got no black in me, so I'm gonna get rid of all the blacks. Ain't no black in me. I tell you, y'all. Whew. So stop blaming yourself is what I'm trying to tell you. Love the body you have. That's all that's here. That's all that you got. Take care of it. Manifest in your head. You don't need no European African to give you a chance. You have the power within you to manifest everything you want. I've done it. But I didn't understand manifestation. I'm on my way out. But I make sure my daughter knows, you know manifestation, you're an ass. Don't ask nobody for nothing. See yourself with it. Don't ask somebody for nothing. See yourself with it. Your credit's always going to be bad. They're never going to give you good credit. See yourself driving that car, you will have it. See yourself owning that house, you will own it. Don't think about these European Africans, because they ain't going to give you nothing but grief to you in the grave. You see, they done stopped me from voting. And I would have caught a bullet to vote. So you know I feel like a big old fool. I should be embarrassed to say that. I caught a bulletin vote. Standing in them lines all the years. What they gave me. What they gave me for voting. A black Supreme Court warden. Now you say, what can she do for you? Nothing. She can do nothing for us. She follows the laws of the penal colony, which is against us. You squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. Oh, I'm trying to squeeze this gut in. Manifest it. Tell your kids when they say, oh, mommy, I would like to get 20 dresses. Say, honey, see yourself wearing them 20 dresses and that money will come into mama's pocket. A way will be made for mama to get them dresses for you. Stop saying, I ain't got no money. Ain't no money tree in the backyard. Say, listen, honey, go back out in the backyard. See that money tree? And see what you want. And you'll get it. You sick of riding the bus? 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. You tired of riding the bus? You want mommy to come pick you up? See mommy driving a new car. See yourself being happy in the back seat, laughing, joking, eating, having snacks. Mommy will have a car. It's called manifestation. You don't want to stay on that job that you're on? See yourself on the new job, doing it. I saw myself. I saw my plays. No, y'all didn't see it, because that was a Great White Way, but we'll get into that next week. Now it's just called Broadway, but back then was the Great White Way. European Africans. Whew. Whew. See yourself doing it. See yourself having it. You see yourself with your own business. Don't keep looking for a position in a European African company, because they're not gonna promote you. They're not gonna give you your worth. See yourself sitting behind a desk in your own company. See yourself generating your own money. And leave these European Africans alone, because they don't like black Africans. Because what we are on the outside, they're on the inside, and they hate that shit. So when they look at you, they don't like you. Like I said, there's European Africans that say, hey, I'm African. I'm European, but I'm African. Why? Because they know Africa came into Europe. And they understand how we wound up on this penal colony. Let them have their Africanism. Trust me, their life is in danger from just sharing that. Y'all talking about Eminem, and he still know he ain't. He's a European African, and he is expressing his Africanism. And guess what? They hate him. They hate him. They hate him. And then they say, and he's a no, he ain't. They done kept him at a certain level. Because, see, if you see him doing African music and you say, oh, that European African, then they'll be looked at as European Africans, and they don't. They're unicorns. I can't say white people. The ancestors said I can't say white people. They're unicorns. They're different. They have no African in them. They just came, what they said, the plane dropped down, the spaceship. Anyway, we're walking at 7 o'clock from now on. I like it. Well, no, sorry, take that back. Not from now on. March. Because in March I start skating in the evenings. Thanks for coming on the walk. Oh, thank you. I'm the best player. Traded. Can I play with you? You can walk with me. I can't say his name. I think it's an African name. I'm all right with that. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe. Love yourself. Manifest. Don't look for someone to give you something. Manifest it from within yourself. And as Black Africans, our power of manifestation is off the hook. Use it. Love you. Thanks for coming on the walk. See you next time.